Yes. Well, welcome, my friend, to this exclusive special interview. We're going to be talking about online arbitrage lead list and as well kind of a state of the union. What's happening in the Amazon space? What are some of the big shifts if you're an Amazon seller, if you do arbitrage of any kind, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, etc. My name is Gabe Strom, if we've never met before, and I am joined today by retired plumber turned full-time Amazon seller, Grant Dunn from East Wenatchee, Washington. So Grant, thanks for being with us, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me out here, Gabe.
Good, dude. Well, let's just get right into it, man. I want to talk about, this is the unofficial OA Cheddar interview. So we're going to do a little mini breakdown of what's going on in the industry. And before we talk about the lead list, why we created it, and what the Cheddar is, I want to talk about what's happening on Amazon, man, because you've been selling for several years now. I know you got started about 3 or 4 years ago, and you've gone through the transition of working a full-time day job to making this your full-time income for your family. And we've seen some things change, and especially for new sellers that are getting started in this space now, or they're watching a YouTube video like this. So catch us up. First off, man, there's some big problems in our space, some things that not a lot of people are talking about, man. So what's going on? What are some of these big challenges new sellers are facing?
Right. The industry has changed. I mean, when I came in about 4 years ago, I remember the biggest problem in my business being just finding inventory in general. But I never had the problem of finding great inventory and having to leave it on the shelf. And what I'm basically talking about is restrictions, brand restrictions.
Yep.
As if you've been around the block, if you've been in the Amazon game for a while, you can maybe remember the time when, Amazon would category gate, but now they're brand gating. And so what we found is we started to coach and train and bring on, clients to teach them how to sell on Amazon. And we soon found out that new sellers, new accounts are basically going into the stores. They are trying to do retail arbitrage, going into the stores, finding great profitable inventory, but they have to leave it in the store because they can't sell it in their Amazon account. So that is the big problem. That is probably one of the biggest pain points for new sellers today.
I think we can all relate, and I'm going to ask you the solution to this, and we've created a solution that we believe to be the answer to a lot of these challenges that you're facing as a seller. But how many of you guys can relate going into a store, like Grant said, scanning something, getting all excited, you look at it, this thing's got great profit potential, and then you go check your Amazon seller account and it's restricted, brand restricted. And it's happening like left, right. So it feels like everywhere you turn, things are getting shut down. So Grant, what is the solution, man? Does this mean that arbitrage is dead? Like, I know you guys do a lot of retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. You're here in your garage. This is our Ty Lopez video. Dude, what does that mean though? Is arbitrage dead, or what's the solution to this?
I don't think arbitrage is dead. I don't think retail arbitrage is dead or online arbitrage is dead. But what we've done to help our clients, and the reason we even created Cheddar in the first place, when we saw this need and we saw this struggle that new sellers were going through, we started to realize, okay, the best way to provide more opportunities for our clients and more opportunities to grow an Amazon store is just to get in front of more inventory opportunities, right? So it's more leads, right? And so, one thing that we've done in the past is we show people, okay, go to these stores. Here's the types of products you can buy. What we do with the Cheddar is we say, look, we go do all the work. We do all the scraping. We work night and day, have a large team of people, and we basically cultivate this awesome list of leads that we deliver Monday through Friday. And that is actually what we found is brand new sellers that have started to do online arbitrage has opened up more opportunity for them to grow their store, increase their volume and whatnot. There is a solution too, by the way. If you guys are struggling with brand restrictions and you're wondering, how is this ever going to go away? Yep. Do I have to go do wholesale? Do I absolutely have to go do private label? Not necessarily. Those things are good. Wholesale and private label are definitely great opportunities and great viable business opportunities, but you don't have to do that. What we have found is if we can show you enough product opportunities through online arbitrage and through the OA Cheddar lead list, you can actually increase the volume of sales that you're doing in your store. And what seems to be happening is Amazon starts to open up these brands. And so what we have is a lot of our clients that are working with us are starting to get auto ungated to sell a lot of these major brands, which is then allowing them to walk into the stores once again for retail arbitrage or even online arbitrage and find even more profitable inventory, or at the very least not have to leave profitable inventory inside the stores.
So short answer to the solution if you're hitting these brand restrictions, because the number one challenge all Amazon sellers have is how do I find the right product to sell on Amazon? And so the part of the solution to that is to expose yourself to more product opportunities, like Grant's saying. And this is a big Tip for you guys, this is kind of a pro tip. Every big seller that you guys see or hear about is leveraging, they don't do all the sourcing themselves. So in order to get more work done, you got to leverage systems and teams, and they almost all use lead list. And so if you're looking for an online arbitrage lead list, there's some good ones out there. There's some bad ones out there. Grant, this is why we created the Cheddar. We weren't originally planning to offer this publicly. We created this initially because we had a small group of high-end clients that we've been working with, and they all had the same challenge. We built this as a solution for them, for us, for our businesses. You know, that's why we started this thing off. So what is OA Cheddar though, man? I know, like, what do we, you are in charge of building out these lead lists. We've got a team in place that builds this stuff. Without going into all the details, man, what is the Cheddar? Like, what are the core criteria that the leads have to get processed through to make it on the Daily Cheddar?
A 40% ROI minimum. Well, first of all, let me backtrack. So our goal is actually to deliver 200 top shelf leads. That's what we're calling them, top shelf leads every day. And then obviously we tend to under promise and over deliver. So there's usually quite a bit more than 10 per day.
200 per month. You're want to clear 200 per month, 10 per day?
Yeah, 200 per month, which if you're delivering Monday through Friday comes to about 10 top shelf leads per day, and it fluctuates anywhere between 7 and 12 of the top shelf leads, and then we always have bonus leads as well. For something to qualify as a top shelf lead or to be in that top 200 per month, there needs to be a minimum of 40% ROI or very darn close to that, and there needs to be a minimum of $4 net profit, and it also needs to sell at least 10 times per month in order to qualify as a top shelf lead.
Cool, man. So these are bread and butter. That's why we call it the Cheddar. This is they're not the home run hits. It's not the junk leads. This is like bread and butter stuff that you can use to fuel your business. And there's a lot of benefits to the Cheddar. You mentioned one, the auto ungating, giving you exposure to other products. Do you want to talk briefly, man? Like, for somebody that's curious, maybe they've been in the OA game and they've like bought a bunch of software and trying to figure it out. I talk to a lot of sellers who struggle, man. You know, you get tactical arbitrage and you try and run some searches and it's like, man, how do I even manage this? Do you want to talk just briefly, man, on the process that we've built, like where these leads come from, just to give someone some perspective?
Well, if you've tried to do any of your own lead generation, you probably have gotten, I mean, some people break through it, but I see a lot of times in the groups, people complaining like, why isn't the software working? It's so hard to find leads. And it really is. I mean, you have to set your parameters right when you do these scrapes with softwares. And then even after that, there's tons of results that you have to sift and sort through in order to find the cream that rises to the top, or the real top shelf leads. So what we actually have is there's a team of 6 people. That includes myself. 4 of them are working while we're sleeping at night. Okay. So they're working 8-hour shifts every day, 5 days a week. So we really have about, I guess that comes to about 32 hours a day that goes into basically harvesting these leads and creating this list every day. And so that's what goes into it. I don't know if that really answers the question or if I...
Yeah. Well, how detailed? I mean, it's a combination. We're trying to be transparent with this. So a combination of virtual assistants that harvest these and then software. I know you guys have several layers of software that you guys run this. So the point is, it's not a simple solution. We've been working and building this for close to a year now, kind of in private with the team, and are coming public with it now. So let's talk very quickly. I mean, if you're watching this video, there's a link below this video. You can request to join our Facebook group. It's free to request access. And inside that group is where you get access to the Cheddar for those of you guys that want to skip through the interview. So I'm just going to talk to you, Grant, just for a couple minutes though, man, about how we built this. We call it OA Cheddar 55. So why, one question I have is, why are we limiting each list? And we're currently talking about Cheddar 1, but why do we limit the list to 55 members?
So like you said, right now we have one lead list and we cap it out at 55 people. And the reason we do that is to really limit the exposure of these leads. You know, we easily could sign 100 people into the program and deliver a lead, you know, and make more money that way. But what it does is that kind of devalues the value of the lead, because you get too many people that are buying the same thing, sending it into Amazon, and prices start to tank. So what we're doing is we're doing all of our own lead generation, and then restricting the exposure to 55 people just to prevent a race to the bottom on our leads.
So it keeps the list tight, protects the integrity of the leads for you, and helps all of us to sell better. That's the purpose of it. So, and currently there's a limited number of seats available. We did a private launch in our top secret Amazon group, and we have just a handful of seats that are left. So if you want one of those, head over to the Facebook group. request access, and then inside the group, just make a post that says, yes, please add me to the list, something along those lines, and then Grant, myself, or someone from our team will message you the link. If there are seats open, there's a domain name in that group that you can click on, and if the list is open, you'll be able to sign up for it on the page. But I want to talk, man, I want to talk about, we started this conversation about kind of the status of RAOA, and we didn't get to talk too much about what you guys have been up to, and just to share with people, we practice what we preach. When did you first get started on Amazon, and where are you guys' sales at today?
Yeah, my first full year selling on Amazon was in 2015, I believe it was. I think it was late 2014. In the last year, I know we've sold almost 1.7 million, or excuse me, in the last 2 years, the last 24 months, we're just short of 1.7 million in total sales. And right now, my business consists of myself, my wife are full-time, and then I have 2 full-time employees. And then obviously we have virtual assistants on the other side of the globe that help us as well. That's kind of where we're at now.
So kind of give someone some context. I mean, you guys are really king. You guys have a strong retail arbitrage team, Till. And it's funny because you see a lot of people saying the RA has changed, and you guys are still outsourcing your budget every single week. Do you want to talk about that, man? When you first started, you remember when it was like hard to find products to source? And then what happened now? You guys you can't help but find good stuff now.
Honestly, man, we don't have enough budget to stay busy almost. I mean, we're like, just the other day, I sent my brother and Charles out. That's my cousin. They went out and did a little shopping trip, a 2-day trip. I don't know if it's kind of a long story, but we're kind of centrally located in Washington, and everything else is a little bit further out. So we have to do a little travel trage is what we call it. So the guys were out for 2 days, and they spent almost $8,000, I mean, in 2 days of work. And 2 years ago, I mean, the biggest problem in my business was finding good, profitable inventory. And, we invested in ourselves in training and masterminds and other different lead lists and stuff like that. And obviously we've invested a lot of money into product and inventory. A lot of it has sold really well. And then the stuff that didn't sell so well was a learning experience, right? And so it's actually gotten to the point now where the business is extremely sourcing inventory, and profitable inventory has become very easy for us. So
I've heard that from you and from a lot of other sellers that, over time, as you go through it, you just develop this skill, and sourcing does become easier, and you kind of get an eye for it. So it helps to keep you guys sharp, though. So we want to talk about that, because these leads they come through the team and the software, and then you and your brother Taylor get the final review. So stateside, it gets the final review, and then these leads basically get delivered Monday through Friday, like you talked about, Grant, in the morning, so you can get your sourcing done. And as soon as we check them out, they get sent to you in an email. So it's about as easy as sourcing can be, instead of you having to go out and, if you're like hitting your head against the wall because you're like, I can't find product, let the product come to you. It's just a much nicer thing. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars a month like we have invested in the team. You can get the lead list. It's less than a couple $100, so we keep it super affordable for everybody, and that makes it exciting, man. So anything else about the list, man? We've kind of talked about the list, what it does for people. What are the other benefits besides having access to more product? Which in Amazon, putting product in the machine is what makes you money. You mentioned the auto ungating. So what's kind of the intrinsic benefit? If you're doing RA, OA, or PO, what's the intrinsic benefit to the health of your account from ordering off a general OA list like this?
When you are fairly new, I mean, your account may be anywhere between 6 and 18 months old, and it really depends on how large your volume is per month. You might still really be struggling with the brand restrictions. But what we've found is, as you start to sell enough volume in your store, it seems like, the auto ungating starts to happen. And then all of a sudden you can sell a lot of the major brands like, Aveeno and Neutrogena and Nike and Under Armour. And I know Nike's not everybody's favorite brand out there. Some people have had some issues with it. But, a lot of those big brands open up. And we've actually had that happen with a lot of our clients who were struggling and didn't have the brand ungating, or they had a lot of brand gate stuff that they couldn't sell. We've added online arbitrage and really cheddar leads as part of their repertoire of inventory. It's allowed them to elevate the volume in their store. And as long as you maintain good performance metrics, it seems that Amazon starts to reward you with auto ungating. And that's been really one of the biggest intrinsic benefits. I think the other thing that I would say, or major benefit of sourcing an online arbitrage list and sourcing cheddar, is going to be time. right? There's a lot of people out there who want to build an Amazon business, but they're, blue collar, white collar. They've got a full-time job. They've got a full-time family, church, whatever it else might be. And so a thing about OA Cheddar that's awesome is it's delivered to your email inbox, right? It's there when you get off work, or it's there before you start work, depending on, where in the country you live. You can get up, you can open the list, you can get your sourcing done. And I'm telling you folks, you can spend $500 to $1,000, sometimes even $1,500 on just one day's worth of lead list. It just depends on what comes out that day and what we find. But it's pretty amazing. For example, this morning I was looking at the leads list before I was vetting it to send it out to all of our awesome clients and customers. And you guys, it was killer. Like, I was like, holy smokes, if I had the budget right now, I could drop $1,500 on all this awesome stuff. And so the Cheddar's killer, you guys. It's going to save you time and make this business a lot easier for you. And the other thing that, again, time constraints. I don't know if you're watching this video and you're wondering, like, maybe you're not even started your Amazon business. And you're like, okay, cool. So he's told me how, I can source and stuff like that and save myself time there, because like I said, you can source from Cheddar and get your work done in about an hour per day. But the other question is how do I outsource the shipping side of it, because that takes time as well. The cool thing is with OA is you can order those items, you can have them shipped directly to a prep center, and that prep and pack center can get them ready and send them into FBA for you. So it really is a hands-off type of business.
Yeah. Hands off. Some people are going to hear that and be like, "Yeah, come on, right, man. RAOA. We know the jazz, dude. It's a hustle, man. And this is people get addicted to the hustle too. There's a lot of people that started off in eBay that are flipping products on Amazon now. So, hey, rapid fire, man. Categories. OA Cheddar, is this in restricted categories, unrestricted categories? What's the mix here?
Lots of beauty, health and personal care, grocery, plenty of toys. This morning there was at least 3 awesome toys on there. Home improvement, home and kitchen. Really the only thing that's probably not, you're not going to see a lot of on OA Cheddar 55 is going to be clothing and shoes, because we're saving those 2 categories for another project. Don't get me wrong, you'll still see the occasional clothing item and possibly some shoes on the list. It's just that's not really our focus for the Cheddar. Otherwise, it's everything else.
It's the mix. That's why it's the Cheddar, and the Cheddar's better. It's the bread and butter to support your business. So even if you're on, and a lot of top sellers are on many different lists. I know sellers that are on 5, 6, 7, 10 different lists, and gives you a nice balance. This is like the bread and butter. So you mentioned time. Time is a big one, Grant, for all sellers, especially Amazon sellers. We seem to be like really busy people. If you've got other stuff going on. Realistically, how much time do you need, or how much time can you get your OA? I'm talking specifically OA, not the other parts of the business, but how much time do you think someone would need to source off the Cheddar each day?
It depends on your budget, but I would say 30 minutes to an hour and a half if you have enough budget to go through all the leads. But the thing is if you don't have a huge budget, you might find one lead on there that can kind of accommodate your needs. And so you're going to be one and done really quick, 15 minutes in and out. So I would say anywhere between a half hour and an hour and a half, depending on how much product you're going to buy that morning or evening.
Yeah, it's focus time on an income producing activity sourcing. And that's one of the keys. If you find yourself as a seller, if you're doing pack and prep or you're managing your account, you're not creating income. You got to be feeding it and focusing on sourcing. So, you talked about budget, you talked about time. We're really proud of Cheddar and why we created it. At the end of the day, Grant and I both believe in faith first, family second, and business third. And so, we're big believers in building a lifestyle business around your time so that you can ultimately spend your time doing the things that matter, like hanging out with your family, going outside. Grant, I know you got 2 small boys. You and Ashley just had your second, and you'd much rather be hanging out with them, which was, I know, why you got in this business in the first place, from plumbing. And I know you were just gone all the time, working your face off, and you're just looking for a better way. And so congrats, man. You've put in the good work for the past 3.5, close to 4 years now. And I'm really proud of the Cheddar that we've created, man, to help some other people experience freedom. So if you guys want to get in on that, we can't promise that there are seats opened. In fact, at the time that you watch this, if you're watching a recording online, it very well may be full. The way to get on the list, because we want to keep these things tight, click below this video, go to the Facebook group, request to join the Facebook group. Just put a quick comment in there that says, yes, please let me in. And that lets Grant, myself, and the team know. And then if and when seats open up, and I say that in all sincerity, then we'll just private message you the link. If you go to the website, oacheddar.com, We have a risk-free trial that we've put on there. We like to under-promise, over-deliver to get you guys acclimated to the Cheddar because we know you're going to love it. So if you go there, you can click on it and you can sign up. That means that there are still seats available. If it's not, there'll be a waiting list and you'll know right away. It'll point back to the Facebook group. So, hey, man, Grant, I appreciate all the hard work, man. Let me ask you one question in closing. And I always love you guys. You shared you guys done close to 1.7 million in sales over the last 2 years. So you're not millionaires yet, but you've fully replaced your full-time job. You've been able to provide for your family, get yourself out of the rat race. Knowing what you know today, man, and with the resources and tools you have, what advice would you give yourself, younger Grant, 3 years ago, just starting on Amazon if you were starting from scratch?
The first thing I think about is your priorities, and I'm giving you that answer because it really speaks near and dear to like my experience. When I got into this home business realm about 8 years ago, I lost track of my priorities. They got way out of whack. The only thing that was important to me was business, and I lost focus on everything else: God, my family, my health, and I let a lot of those things go so that I could just build my business. And I think, that's okay for a season, but for me, it wasn't okay for 4 years. So I would encourage you, like, if your wife or your husband is telling you to take a break and spend time with your family, then that's what you need to do. You need to give yourself that, even if you haven't made it yet, give yourself that room to breathe, right? Give yourself that room. Sometimes when you step away from something for a moment, even a day, you can regain new perspective, and that's everything. Right. The other thing I would tell you is no matter what, I remember hearing a guy tell this to me and a lot of other people who were following him years ago. It's always rung true in my soul since I've heard him say, he's like, the people who, don't make it are the ones who quit. And the people who made it, usually it's a 5-year struggle. Right. If you actually look beyond the surface level. Right. If you guys were to meet me for the first time, you wouldn't know that I struggled for the first 4 years and barely made any money, right? And I worked like a dog, right? But I kept persisting, I kept figuring it out, kept working at it. And I would say, don't give up no matter what you're going through or how much money you've lost, or doesn't mean you shouldn't adjust and make changes. But if you're struggling, you think about this business and you're like, I just want my time back. Right. I thought I was going to get my time when I started this business. Listen, You can't get your time back. You just got to keep persisting and give yourself a break every once in a while.
Oh man, that's rich, brother. And I knew something rich was going to come out as soon as I asked you that question. So you said keep your priorities straight, whatever that is for you. For Grant and I, our faith first, our family second, business third. This is a radical concept if you're hearing this for the first time, because our culture, everything you see, you look on YouTube, it's like, look how I made $1 million. Here's my Ferrari and my Lamborghini in the garage, right? And you don't see that person's like home life's a wreck. They can't keep a relationship. That it's like everything else is broken. So keep the main thing the main thing. If you got in this business for your family, maybe after this webinar, after you sign up for the Cheddar, of course, go hang out with your family. That's why we created the Cheddar, was to give you time back. We can't. We can always make more money. We can never get more time back, and that's part of where the Cheddar came from, as well as other systems. And Grant, you mentioned a good way to set this business up turnkey. We can't promise anything turnkey because everything takes real work if we're transparent about creating any kind of success. But this is the most turnkey you can make, the arbitrage specific model of buying online, reselling on Amazon for a profit, and then taking that revenue and scaling that into private label and other systems in your business to keep giving you that time freedom. So cool, man. Well, I appreciate that, Grant. Appreciate you and Taylor for putting in the good work for the Cheddar. So if you're watching on YouTube, click below, join the Facebook group, come say hi to Grant and I, and I'm sure we'll have other videos and resources on that side of that group for you guys in the future. So Grant, thanks, man. Good work on the Cheddar. Appreciate you guys' hard work, man.
Appreciate you guys too. Hey, I got one last thing. You want to know what's cooler than a Lamborghini in your garage?
What's that?
Amazon inventory in your garage.
Inventory is cooler.
And your cousin who ships it all out for you.
Yeah, what's Charles doing over there? Does Charles want to say hi?
What up, Charles? You guys, Charles is awesome, man. He's been with me since at least for 2.5 years. he shipped out, you guys, I gotta imagine hundreds of thousands of pieces of product into Amazon, man, and he does a great job. So we got a great team, and I wish the best for everybody else. I hope you find yourself a great team too.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you said that, dude, because a lot of people want to know. You guys, I'm glad you brought that up because you guys actually prep everything yourself. You guys prep. Do you use a prep center for any of your OA stuff, or do you prep RA and OA all from Home Garage?
Not yet. We've referred a lot of people to prep centers, but we like to keep it in-house for now. So that's what we're doing.
Keep it in-house, man. You got a one-man, Charles is a one-man shipping machine. And then you got your brother that does some sourcing with you. Your wife, Ashley, helps with some of the computer stuff. And you got a small but mighty team that's put 1.7 on the board in the last 2 years. So, and you guys are just warming up, man. We're going to do an interview in about 18 months from now when you guys have doubled or tripled that. And you got PL and all this other stuff going on. But cool, man. Well, Big G, thanks for everything, man. Have an awesome day. YouTube world, click the subscribe button wherever you're watching this. Join the Facebook group. Say hi. And have an awesome one. We'll see you.
See you later, everybody.